Now it should not be lawful to hinder the men from any springs, which they have been in the habit of frequenting, nor from any journeys they desire to make, whether by sea or by land. The Messenger of Allah, PBUH, dispatched Khalid bin al-Walid at the head of 450 horsemen to Uqaydar Dumat al-Jandal, and said to him, "You will see him hunting oryxes." So when Khalid drew near his castle and was as far as an eyesight range, he saw the oryxes coming out rubbing their horns against the castle gate. As it was a moony night, Khalid could see Uqaydar come out to hunt them, so he captured him, though he was surrounded by his men, and brought him back to the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, who spared his life and made peace with him for the payment of 2,000 camels, 800 heads of cattle, 400 armors, and 400 lances. He obliged him to recognize the duty of paying tribute and charged him with collecting it from Dumat, Tabuk, Allah, and Time'. The tribes, who used to ally with the Byzantines, became quite certain that their dependence on their former masters came to an end. Therefore they turned into being pro-Muslims. The Islamic State had therefore enlarged its borders to an extent that it touched the Byzantines and their agents' borders. So we see that the Byzantine agents' role was over. Returning to Medina, the Muslim army returned from Tabuk victoriously, undeceived or wronged. That was because Allah had sufficed them the evils of the fight. On the way back and at a mountain road, 12 hypocrites saw the Prophet's life, and that was while he was passing along that mountain road with only Umar holding the rein of his she-camel and Hudayfa bin al-Yaman driving it, at the time that people had already gone down into the bottom of the valley. The hypocrites seized that opportunity to seek the Prophet's life. As the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, and his two companions were moving along, they heard thrusts of people coming towards him from behind with their faces veiled. Hudayfa, who was sent by the Prophet to see what was going on, saw them and stroked their mounts' faces with a crook in his hand, and Allah cast fears into their hearts. They fled away and overtook their people. However, Hudayfa named them to the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, and informed him of their intentions. So that was why Hudayfa was called the confidant of the Messenger of Allah, PBUH. About this event Allah, the Exalted, says, "And they resolved that plot to murder Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, which they were unable to carry out." Al-Quran 974. When his headquarters, Medina, began to loom at the horizon, and the Prophet, PBUH, said, "This is a cheerful sight. This is Uhud, which is a mountain, we like it and it likes us." When the madness learned of their arrival, they set out to meet the army.